Thanks for staying with us. There was a story that caught our attention online. A Nigerian man cried out after an airport staff allegedly slipped hard drugs into his traveling bag at the Muritala Mohammed International Airport, Lagos. According to him, that's how his life could have been gone like that if and put his picture all over the place. Unfortunately for him, unfortunately for the staff, he got a slap from this gentleman. But the reason why this was really important is because we've discussed on this show several times warning unsuspecting victims of this kind of situation where either friends give you a gift to take with you abroad, or somebody package somebody and say, please help me pick up something from a friend. And then in this situation right now, you didn't pick anything from anybody, but somebody slipped something into your bag. These are issues that many Nigerians have faced, and some are probably even in jail right now for something they had no idea. Yeah. Especially if you're going to certain countries, certain Asian countries, you go straight to jail and you probably might not even get a trial. But what are your thoughts on this? How do we protect ourselves and educate ourselves on stuff like this? Call us on the numbers on your screen, 081-076-41679, 090-24163440. You can also tweet to us at TVC Connect. Please hashtag YourViewTVC so we can read your tweet.
If I get song, Oba Adaba, no, Majari.
And you think people would know better because, I mean, first-time travelers usually fall into stuff like this where they are still trying to find out, okay, where is the entry gate, where is this, where do I do this? So those kind of people always have issues where they are not very alert. But this man obviously is not a first-time traveler. He looks like somebody who is well aware, and that's why he was able to immediately know. But how do we help people? Have you experienced anything like this before? And how do we continue to re-educate ourselves on how to protect your luggage, especially when you're traveling?
Well, in this case, it was the official that works there that did this. So in this case, it's not even how careful you are. If they decide, if they mean, as Nigerians we say, if they mean you, they would do anything. That means they can even work in collaboration with other officials and target your luggage and find a way to do it. Because there comes a point where you have to hand over your luggage. And he's so lucky, so blessed, so fortunate that he was able to catch it, because that would have been the end of his life. I remember there was a case of a girl who had traveled to Saudi, and she mentioned that she was adamant that she did not take the drugs. She believed strongly that they had planted the drugs in her luggage. But who will believe you? Nobody, no one will believe. These officials will be the same ones that would, join in calling you out. This is just thank God, a huge testimony story. And I hope that this would lead to serious investigations. I mean, NTLA is always catching them for receiving or trying to send drugs anyway, talk less of planting drugs in people's luggages. So it has to be, we need to put in more security measures at the airport. And I like what you said also, especially for first-time travelers, what you need to do, how you need to keep a close eye on your luggage, at least to a certain point. If it's out of your possession, then if a situation like this happens, then you can say, to this point, nothing was found. But the moment it got to that point, then so there must be another person that could have gotten into it. And they get into your bags anyhow. My husband traveled a few months ago, and he said his luggage was open. Luckily, there was nothing really of value in it, but it was open, and this was after he had checked in and everything. So there's too many of these criminals working at the airports. Many Nigerians. So it also now goes finally to how Nigerians are. This criminality.
Not Nigerians.
No, I know. I'm talking to us. I'm talking to us Nigerians. The criminality. There's the confidence that it does not matter. Justification does not matter how we make money. We just have to make money. Yeah. This needs to change because that's why we have criminals everywhere.
So when I saw the video, I said, that slap is small. It's not enough.
See, Nigerians.
No. Leave Nigerians now.
It's true.
Do you know how many lives? Calm down. I never used to say, why will you slap him? In this case, we will pounce on you. Do you know how many lives that man must have ruined by that activity? Because definitely it's not the first time. He must have been doing it. They have a cartel in that place where they are in charge of, putting all those things innocent people's luggages. It's not the first time. He was just caught. And God was on this man's side who actually owned the luggage. If not, only God knows how he'll be explaining. It's painful that you are explaining something you had no hand in. You don't even know who to call, who to defend you, who to ask because you did not do it. That slap is small. Pouncing on behalf of all the people he has ruined, we'll first of all finish that one. Then we'll now ask the question. Please, all those airports need cameras everywhere. We cannot keep saying Nigerians on one hand are drug peddlers. On the other hand, other people are peddling the drugs on their behalf that they are not aware of. We must protect the innocent so that when we are catching criminals, we know these are criminals. When innocent people are involved, we can easily trace back. At what point? Because I know that when you travel, there's a point you get to where the luggage is no longer of your concern. You have padlocked it, they have queued it in, and it's moving into the airplanes. You don't know what happens there. Last time I was traveling, I forgot to lock. I normally use padlocks to lock my bags. I forgot to lock a luggage. My heart was beating till we landed in that country. I was asking myself over and over, I hope. It's not I hope they don't steal from me. I hope nothing is put in my bag. And I was traveling alone because Oga had left, so I was coming back alone. And I kept asking that question. It's not just Nigerians. So I was traveling the other time when I went to Botswana. We passed South Africa. They opened all our luggages. They stole from people. Yeah. In that stealing, they could have added something to anybody's bag. So it's not a Nigerian problem, it's a world problem. But are we equipped to be able to sort this out when somebody's insisting that I did not put anything, I am not aware of this? Can we go back to the cameras? Can we trace it to help people? That's the question we should be asking. Because these criminals are working there and they will do what they have to do.
Yeah. Nima, your thoughts on this video?
As you people are talking, I'm just hearing all the street slangs. You go explain, tire, no evidence. See that guy, there's nothing that guy can tell me. Anointing Abiola days to call it is following him. He has grace all around him. If you like, travel 10 times, 100 times. When these people do these things, you will not know. And depending on your country of destination, it can be death or imprisonment.
Imagine you're going to
the least you can be worried about is the public defamation. Because the guy wrote and said, now for they see my picture everywhere. But that's the least. Depending on his country of destination, if he was going to Malaysia, Saudi Arabia, he's dead. There's nothing Nigeria government can do. That's why they will not start shouting, Minister for Aviation, Madam Diaspora. You people, they will be shouting, whereas the people who are the evil-minded ones will be sitting down following the news and wondering how their product has gotten lost. They don't care whether a life is following it. And it's not a Nigerian thing. Several countries around the world are even more dangerous. If you were visiting this country that borders America, Mexico, for holiday now, you're going to Cancun, you better be careful. Those ones will kill a body and fill the body up with drugs. Place the body in a car to be entering America with the drugs. They know they have already killed a tourist and placed drugs. So there's no place that we don't have evil people. I'm just thinking in my head and wondering, if this small trouble is outside, let us kukuma stay indoor and lock door because I don't want to enter trouble. There's nothing that can help you, no matter how vigilant you are. If this time for these people, imagine you traveling, padlocking bags. I had traveled within the country before, padlock bag and got to destination by flight and found my padlock separate, the zip separate. Who will I ask? You pick up your luggage, you're trying to get to, you see, the caller called when we did the message, and the man said the drug landed the UK with him. Yeah. That somebody had planted in a diary. He got to her home with it. Yes. Only God Almighty, like Yakub says, will protect all.
Let me go on a short break. When we come back, we'll open our phone lines. Stay with us, right back. Thanks for staying with us. We're still discussing these drug peddlers. I know the story we're focusing on this morning is about the allegation made about an official airport staff who allegedly planted drugs into a traveler. Obviously, the story is online. The different people saying different things, but the real crux of the conversation I would like us to focus on is even those before getting to the airport. So we understand the airport staff can be complicit, and hopefully cameras and the technology can help us to catch those. What of those who, just like Nima reminded us of the story of a man who helped somebody to carry stuff. I think it was laced. There was a book, was laced with drugs in the book, and he didn't even know until he traveled. And I remember there was somebody telling me that, I think it was my brother's friend, was telling me that when he was about to travel, somebody brought luggage to him. He recorded the person coming into the house, dropping the luggage, opening it, assuring him that this is what it is. So he had that on record. So he explained to the person, listen, just for my own safety, I'm not doubting you, but I just need for my record. So he recorded everything. The person opened it one by one and told him this is what it is. And then he packed it. So he had that video evidence with him, just in case anything happens. He says, the person, I have no idea. That's something we start doing or encouraging people to do, because no matter how much we say these things, many people still don't get it. Yeah. They are still oblivious of what's going on and just go to the airport without...
But the sad thing, even that may not even hold anything in a country like, Malaysia.
Saudi, they don't even...
What if you planned it with that person? Honestly, that thing is so scary. I know many times we've discussed it. We've always said the best thing to do is not to take anyone's luggage. And also, if you love whoever it is that is traveling, do not burden them with that guilt of refusing your whatever it is that you want to send. Just go the shipping route, please. We've talked about officials that don't know you, but we have had someone who called us that his brother planted drugs in his luggage.
Yeah.
He spent years.
I remember that story.
Years in jail. I said he came out and the family asked him to be sorry, to forgive and move on.
It was like, how?
Honestly, concerning traveling, I think just like many Nigerians do, just quietly travel by yourself. Don't let the world know where you're going when you come back home, so that nobody is sending you and you're not disrespecting anyone, because our culture also makes you feel like you're disrespecting an auntie or an uncle that's asking you to do something. Life is tough.
Let me take this call. Omisolo, Atolagbe.
Yeah, good morning.
Thanks for calling. You're live.
Yeah, thank you very much. Happy birthday to your kids.
Oh, thank you.
Yeah, you're welcome. Just like one Lima said, Akoba Adaba, Olomajekari.
Yeah.
This is a very big scenario. I can remember when I was in Port Harcourt, when our police used to do stop and search. With the confidence I have, the policeman stopped me, wanted to search me. I told him, let me see his hand. He's asking me why. I said, let me see your hand, let me see if you don't have anything in your hand. So I will not plant something in my pocket. The man was looking at me with the confidence. He showed me his hand, and I allowed him to search me. It occurred. And I could remember when my younger brother is traveling to Canada, I assist him to the airport. I was in the airport with him. Up to activities was happening in the airport. That guy is not doing it alone. I believe he must have been doing it. He has partner that's working along with him. He has people that will receive it where the luggage is going. You see people that will put it there. You see people that will still remove it. They are still there. That guy is very, very lucky. I'm happy for him. Our airport is too porous. Too porous. When you go to our airport in the night, you will see how people going in, coming out. Not everybody that is traveling. It's porous. Yeah. That guy is lucky. Thank you very much.
Thank you very much.
So there's also something I do when I'm traveling. I wrap my bags. Very important. So when the bag is wrapped, and you get to your destination and the bag is open, we will sort it at the airport. Who opened this bag? I'm not leaving that place. They will sort me out. True. Luckily, nobody has opened any wrapped bag, But it takes a while, because by the time you now get into your hotel room when you land in your country, you're looking for scissors and knife to cut it. But it's not
tidy though. It's not tidy.
It's not tidy, and it protects your boxes.
It is tidy.
Yes, because you buy boxes when you're traveling. Before you bring it, it's scratched, it's scraped. By the time they are pulling it through their terminal when you're collecting your boxes, it destroys a good box. So it's also a way of protecting your box. And also, Nigerians, we should learn how to institute our boundaries without fear of how people would react or how they would feel or how wicked they will call you. Some people are really very afraid of the names that people will give to them. Please, show up yourself in such a way that you don't care. You're traveling to so-and-so place. Hey, I would like you to help me give so-and-so thing to this person. Oh, sorry, man, I don't carry things for people. It will not kill you. They will just know you, and next time they will not come. Can we be that bold to say we don't carry things for people, whether they are family members or not? Because you can never tell. God will help us so that somebody even from our family, will not want to do us wicked on a particular day. Because you can never tell who this person is. You only know of yourself. So you can boldly say no, that I don't, let it be a policy that they know that anytime Mariah is traveling, Mariah does not carry. In fact, I will give you some shipping companies that are very affordable that you can ship your properties. If I'm not the one buying it myself, I'm not the one packing it in my bedroom, I do not carry things for people. I've told no to my sister before. I was traveling sometime, and so a friend of hers was making some outfits for her and all of that. She bring it. I said, please, let her ship it. I don't carry things. Even when I buy things for her, I ship to her because I don't want my bag to be smelling crayfish and all of that when I'm traveling. So if I can do it to my sister, I don't know who I cannot say no to. We need that because it's about self-preservation. You may be a very strict person. You don't carry things for people, and you become a victim of being airports, drug peddling. Yeah, so just from your own area, make sure that you insulate yourself. Then if it now happens that your head now carry that one and brought to you. That one a destiny. We'll now find a way to go about it. God forbid, it's not our portion.
Let's talk about the role government must play because of the seriousness of the application of this. I was jokingly saying it before we went on the break that depending on country of destination and all of that. But government has constantly had these relations with countries where Nigerians are seeking appeal, helping. Actually, we had this in Indonesia, waiting on the hanging case, where they were writing and making stories about how government must come in and assist people. Government knows the seriousness of this. We cannot have the mistakes happen at the airport. Exactly. Cannot even allow it happen. Where Nigerians' bags are being checked, must be covered on you must be manned by 24-hour CCTV coverage and reviews constantly. There should also be a kind of selection of those who work there. A special kind of selection. Not everybody that, somebody has caught falling ill today on work duties, just replace with any person that is not well within the trained staff. Because anybody that is caught there, it is the same implication for the drug, if the drug had landed in destination country, that should be meted out.
Yes.
And we must amend our laws to reflect such.
Let me take this call for me, Bukun. Thanks for calling as we wrap up on this. Bukun, thanks for calling. You're live. Morning.
Good morning, ladies. You're doing a good job.
Thank you, ma'am.
I want to say something on what Bisi said earlier. She mentioned the fact that at a point she traveled and she padlocked her suitcase and she forgot to padlock her suitcase. I want to tell you that even if you use 100 padlocks, the custom officials, they have a way of opening your suitcase. I traveled abroad some years back, and I came back. At the airport, the custom officer wanted to check my luggage, and I searched for my keys. I couldn't find them. The queue was very long, so I told her, I said, I couldn't find the keys. She asked me one question. I opened it for you. I looked at her and I wondered, how would you open this suitcase without the key? Lo and behold,
I couldn't hear her properly. Were you able to hear her?
No, we have some messages.
So I have.
Chigozie Magdom says, this case is disheartening, worrisome, and very frightening. Imagine how many innocent people that have become victims in this manner. Why don't we have CCTV cameras working everywhere in that airport? The officer should be prosecuted. Ibrahim bin Ibrahim says, it's unfortunate how officials who are supposed to be in the death check on their travelers' luggage can be involved in such acts. You must be commended for your advocacy. It can be very implicating, especially for the first-time travelers. The general says, we have a systemic failure in administration and governance law and order from our government officials to the airport staff. The desperation to steal money and get rich quick by any way has made us so low. God indeed love his brother. Love this brother. Yeah,
we have to wrap up exactly, but I think really technology is the only way we can solve this problem, especially in the airports. We have, most international airports are guarded and using technology to ensure that the safety of innocent citizens, so they don't have to fall into this kind of behavior from possible officials of the airports. So I think that's on the part of the administrative of government, but we as a people also need to be very careful in being able to say no, even to our loved ones. Because I remember the story of a young girl that said her mom's very good friend, gave her something, Ankara, that the thing was packed in the car. She now saw the stuff in it, and she was really disappointed. She now told her mother, your friend actually sent me this thing. So her daughters, so that means that your friend's daughter could have gone to jail.
Yes. It's the same as ritual killing. You'd have used my daughter.
Yeah, I've used my daughter, exactly. So these are things, so let's not trust anybody. Let's be able to say, sorry, when I travel, I don't carry things. No matter how it is, just say you don't carry things for anybody. Okay, that's all we can take on this segment. We'll come back, move on to another segment. Stay with us, we'll be right back.
Stay tuned. Your View will be right back.